TV. Remember guys to like, share, comment and follow. So guys, Jonathan Moyo, former Information Minister of Zimbabwe, has argued that Chamisa's rejection of the election results undermines democratic institutions, national laws and judiciary, and even Zimbabwe's sovereignty. Moyo argues that the electoral process was conducted in a transparent, professional and peaceful manner. He added that by advocating for international intervention in organizing a fresh election, Chamisa prioritized his personal interest over the will and welfare of the Zimbabwean people. Moyo warns Chamisa about the potential repercussions of his delinquent politics and urges him to consider the impact of the country and its citizens. He said, Chamisa and his lot must be careful about the obvious and thus self-evident consequences of their delinquent politics. You reject the will of the people expressed at an election that everyone, including yourself, knows you lost, and an election which, objectively speaking, was non-violent and was the most peaceful in ages, and an election which was superintended by a more transparent, more professional and more responsive Zimbabwe Electoral Commission ZEC than ever seen before. You claim you won the presidential election and you have the proof, but you fall far short of your claim because you cannot back it up with necessary evidence. You then want to bring the whole country down because you've lost an election. You reject institutions created under and by the constitution. You reject national laws. You reject the judiciary created to interpret the laws and the constitution. You reject the constitution itself, and worse, you reject Zimbabwe's sovereignty. Imagine that you reject Zimbabwe's sovereignty by demanding that international election observers and other international players must take over and organize, supervise and run what you say is a necessary fresh election, and you do all this not even in the name of the people but in your own personal name. A coup against the elected government, similar to the situation witnessed in West Africa where several coups have occurred recently. This statement follows the rejection of the election results by the Citizens Coalition for Change led by Nelson Chamisa. The CCC has called for fresh elections supervised by international actors such as SADC and the African Union. While the party initially accepted the results of the National Assembly election, they contested the presidential election outcome, alleging collusion between the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission ZEC and ZANU-PF to favor President Emmerson Mnangagwa. And so this is what Professor Jonathan Moyo is saying here. Is the man is saying that the election was more transparent, more professional and more responsive Zimbabwe Electoral Commission ZEC than ever seen before. I don't agree with that. And the ZEC was more transparent this time compared to other years. I mean, Umsuwa 23 ballot paper until 7 o'clock. I mean, come on guys. We all know they know 23 August my elections anenga ariko same ballot paper akanonoka kusvika se ink yakanonoka kusvika chichi chakanyatsoitika. You know, I mean, they try to explain themselves, but come on guys, this was a big day for everyone kuti aende anoregister kuvota. Many people were so disappointed, and because vakasvika police station makuseni vakaswera variko vakazonovhota kuma 7 o'clock usiku. It's another thing Jonathan Moyo ada kunyengerera, ada kudzoka kuZimbabwe, akunyengerera kuti adzoke because dzimwe 5 years ED aripo. Of course he has to play his cards good, he has to say positive things for current government iripo. The money wrong person, I think he is singing for his last supper here. But anyway, do you agree with him or not? Ngatitore in the comment section. This is weekly news roundup on Principal Entertainment TV. This election was one of the worst elections we ever had. I mean, for real, it was disorganized. But I do agree with him though on one thing. Personal violence yakaitika, and only what chakangorasikirwa nemunhu waanitinasha akashaya before election, and after that hatina namhirizhonga takamboona ichiitika. It's only ngoti vanhu vazhinji mune dzimwe nzvimbo vaichikidzirwa in that group here runzi Hero Forever Associate Zimbabwe, which is FAZ. I think we talked about it here so many times. But besides that, it was a non-violent, it was a peaceful election. Yes, so I do agree with him on that. When it comes to the transparency election, I don't think it was transparent. I think ZEC was playing mind games, and it worked very well for them because, I mean, ono kuti vaita pamakadzi api but we wait for Chamisa kuti pauye vatadza mavhi 11 aripo. Is he gonna contest the presidential election kana kuti is rejecting all the results akabuda, both the council, presidential and the parliamentary? Ndopane nyaya yese zvakare ipapo, because soon or later we're gonna see kuti mastrategy avari kuronga ku C anenge akamira sei when it comes to results akabuda pama-elections aya, and because soon vamunangagwa vachange vachigadzwa sapresident weZimbabwe kana pakasaita any court challenge from now until maybe next week or even 2 weeks to come. We're gonna see how this will play out. It's gonna be interesting. And so this is weekly news roundup. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, comment and follow. Do you agree with Professor Jonathan Moyo or not? Ngatitaura in the comment section. He's warning our Chamisa over rejecting my results akabuda by election E, and he's saying that Chamisa havasi kuitira nyika yeZimbabwe aiwa vari kuitira ivo pachezvavo ivo, and his personal gain. He's not putting Zimbabwe first, he's putting his own personal name and on front. So it's a good aiwa zvavari kuita vachamisa izvezvo zvakaipa, and zvakaipa at the same time. He is undermining the Zimbabwean sovereignty by talking about international observers kuti vave varipo vachikwanisa kunge vachiita ma-elections emuZimbabwe, and he's rejecting the constitution of Zimbabwe. He's rejecting again Zimbabwe's sovereignty. And so this is our weekly news roundup. Thank you for listening and watching. Bless up.